Melody
and Robin. Hey,
and today we are going to show you how to make a bracelet that Kenny designed. It doesn't have a name, so please give us some ideas of what to name it in the comments below. What you're going to need is 28 inches of I'm using A cord polyester, which is thinner than the B cord. I have some beads, 10 millimeter beads, and then I have some links of chain. They're open links of chain, so then I was able to open and close them back up. And so first off, what I'm going to do, I guess I'll just jump into it is what I'm trying to say, is I'm going to make a knot down here with goodness gracious, both cords, both pieces of the cord. And then I'm going to lay it down. And actually, I'm going to burn the ends of the polyester. That's why we use polyester, so we can burn it. So I'm burning it and then rolling it in my fingers. Don't forget, it was just on fire, so it's hot. And this stuff melts, so it can melt to you too. I'm burning both ends. It just makes it easier to go through the beads. But again, I'm going to remind you one more time, it was just on fire. So it's really hot. Okay, so I'm laying this down, and I have one that's further away from me and one that's closer to me, so of the cords. So I'm going to put a bead on the one that's furthest away from me, and then I'm going to put a link of chain on both strands, and then I'm going to put a bead on the one that's closest to me, and then I'm going to put a link of chain on both. And now you're an expert. If you've followed me this far, you're an expert. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate again. I'm going to put a bead on the one furthest away from me, and then I'm going to put a link of chain on both and alternate, go back to this one, this other side, and then the link of chain on both. And we're just going to continue that, alternating which strand the bead goes on. Goes on one, then both, then the other, and then one, then both, then the other.
The chain always goes on both. The bead always goes on one.
Correct. And then you alternate which side it goes on. Exactly, Robin.
Woohoo!
And again, if this needs a name,
you can help us come up with a name.
Yeah.
Comment.
Exactly. And tell us what you think we should name this bracelet. And then from any time we make it and or teach this class, then we will let everybody know who named it. Oops, see, that happens. I'll pick it up later. It's whatever. We all know that. Like all of us beaders, we know. Oopsie, you drop a bead, and then it rolls all over, goes under your couch, goes under whatever, unless you have a special bead room. Okay, so this one, you see, I'm having a hard time pulling it, grabbing a hold of it with my fingers. So I'm going to use my cutter actually and just pull on it. I don't close it all the way, just pull it a little bit and get it through there. I'm almost done. So this bead that I'm using is one of our new $5 beads. We just got in a shipment of $5 beads, and this one is it's just really beautiful. It's a magnesite, a dyed magnesite, but this color is just so gorgeous. Although blue is my favorite color. Robin, what's your favorite color?
Oh, I don't know. I like green.
Green?
I mean, I like black and gray, but if I have to pick a color, I'd pick green.
Of course, Robin likes black and gray, but she never wears black and gray. She's always wearing pretty colorful stuff. Oop, those two I threw to the side because they weren't closed properly. So I'm just going to have to close them a little bit better when I get to actually putting them on. See, that one's giving me too hard of a time. I don't have time for that today. Maybe tomorrow. Or maybe when I'm not filming. But yeah, we just got some new beads in. We got some really big beads in. I think they're 16 millimeter.
16.
They're huge. Oh, I almost put a chain on.
They're beautiful though.
They are. And those agates that are dyed.
Mm-hmm.
What were you gonna say?
The labradorite. We
Oh
got in
my
some
gosh.
labradorite.
I'm gonna grab my tool over here, making lots of noise. Sorry.
It's got great blue flash to it. Just great flash. And you know, some labradorite comes out pretty dull. Doesn't always. You have to cut it properly for the flash to show. And these they're just screaming blue.
They are,
blue.
And then also, when Robin was talking about, if you've watched that video with Robin on the labradorite, when she was talking about the pink and the peach and red flash and orange flash, I sort of was like, what is she talking about? Because I learned so much on that labradorite video. But these have a ton of peach flash too.
Just one strand.
Oh yeah, just one strand.
One strand as the peach. It's got peach and green and some red. It's really gorgeous.
It's so pretty.
But it's just a single strand. The rest have that pretty cobalt blue, but it's just one strand.
Yeah, you better hurry in and get it. Unless Robin gets it first.
They're a little on the big side for what I like to work with.
Yeah, Robin likes the little dainty things. That's why she likes the AAA. I think I didn't cut enough chain for this. I didn't make enough chain links because this is going to be pretty short. It's only going to be like 5 inches, and then I'll have to do 2 inches of macrame at the end, which I'm going to show you how to macrame. But that's what I'm going to have to do. It's going to be a short one. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I would say maybe you should do 19 of these lengths of chain to make it the right length. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just tie a knot at the end here of these, right here at the end of this last bead that I put on. Tighten it up. And then I'm going to macrame. I have another piece that's a little over 12 inches of the polyester, and I'm just going to fold it in half. I normally don't macrame on a mat, but I'm going to do it this time. I like to do it with the closure though. So I'm going to take this extra piece. So what I did is I rolled it into like a bracelet shape, and I pulled one side of the polyester towards me, one side away from me, and now I'm putting the extra piece that I had, and I'm going to center it in between all of those. And then what I do is I'm going to make a D. That's a C. A D. A D. On this side. I'm going to go over this cord right here, go under all of it and into the belly of the D and pull them away from each other. So what I'm doing are square knots. Okay, so that right there is the first half of a square knot. So then I'm going to repeat it, but I'm going to do the opposite side. So I'm going to make a C this time. Then I'm going to go over that one, under all of this, and into the belly of the C, and pull them away from each other. That is one full square knot. So I'm going to make about 4 square knots, and this is going to be the closure. So D, put that over, under and through, pull away.
We'll probably do a video just on macrame. It'll be a little bit easier for you to see.
Yeah, and I have one on our Facebook page also already, on the Colorstones Atlanta Facebook page. I did that last year during when we were closed for COVID. So if you need a quick refresher before we do the video, check that one out. Otherwise, we will be doing a video soon. But that is how we close this one. I suppose you could do ties or something like that. Like had I left a loop at one end, then I could have put a bead through as a closure bead. How you do. So I was talking. I forgot what I was doing. So I was able to look down here, and there's a bump right here because this one is underneath. And this one is like over the top. So now I know, though, which one I do next is the under goes over. And I say that in my other video, and I'll say it whenever I do this other video. But I am going to, I'm going to make it just short like that. Then I'm going to cut them off, and we burn again. So I'm going to burn it and melt it, like smash it down. I am using the side of the lighter to smash it down there. And then I'm going to do it on this side as well. Cut it. When you cut, you always cut also with the flat side of your cutter. It's concave on this side. I think Robin talked about that before. And it's flat on this side. So you always cut with the flat side closest to what you're cutting. That way you get a good, clean, close cut. So you see I smashed it down, sort of melted it together. Then I'm going to open it up the size that I want it. Actually, I'm going to make this a little smaller and I'm going to tie these two in a knot like I did at the beginning here. I'm going to tie a knot right here with the two of them together on both sides. This one I have a lot extra because I ran out of beads. So then I'm going to put a bead on each of these little strands right here, and this one's really short, so I guess at the beginning when I said to leave 4 inches, maybe leave 6 inches, so that you can tie this knot down here at the end. I'm going to use my tool and just shove him in there like this. Get in there.
Be the boss of it.
I am. I'm about to be a mean boss like Kenny. Ooh, which, by the way, I have his lighter. Don't tell him.
I always borrow his lighter.
Oh, good. Whew. Okay, and I made a knot there, and I make one on the ends, all 4 ends. I'm going to make a knot like this here. So it appears that I'm wanting to make dainty jewelry these days. So, because this one's real teeny tiny. Oh, and then I'm going to cut this off here and then just burn the end like this. I just sort of let it melt into a ball so that it'll not pop off like that. But it did. Wow. When that happens, yeah, you get to start all over. But this was so easy that it's not that big of a deal to even have to start over. I don't know why it melted off like that.
Decided to be mean today.
I guess so. It's one of those days. So I cut it. I have a little bit there. I'm going to melt it. I'm just going to burn it until it forms a little ball. and then shoosh the smoke away, and it won't pop off. With my little ball there and I do that on both sides, and then you can pull it like this to open and close it. So don't forget, leave us a comment with the name, what you want to name it, and then we will call it that. We'll choose the winner of whatever name it is, and we will give you credit for it in one of our next videos. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Thank you for watching our videos. Subscribe, like, and remember that we have everything you need to be creative. Bye!
Bye!